I want to start off by welcoming everyone here tonight for the Iberville Parish Council meeting. This for the regular meeting, and this Monday, January 20th, 2025, at 4:30 p.m. We'll start with a roll call, please.
Allen. Here. Easley. Here. Dominic.
Here.
Frazier.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Pierce.
Here.
Jenkins. Here. Parkins.
Here.
Bradford.
Here.
Martinez.
Here.
Dart.
Here.
Jewel.
Here.
Morgan.
Here.
Let the minutes reflect that we do have a quorum, and we'll ask Ms. Jenkins to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comments must register with the clerk. And now, every year, y'all, we have to reorganize here for chairman and vice chairman. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Scott Stassi.
Good afternoon. As always, the council chair and the vice chair get selected by the members here today. So at this time, we'll open the nominations for a chairman of the Iberville Parish Council to lead for the next year. Are there any council people who would like to make a recommendation?
I would like to nominate Steve Smith for.
We have a nomination by Mr. Dominic of Steve Smith. Do we have a second?
I second.
Seconded by Mr. Darden.
Scott, I'd like to make a substitute motion to nominate Matt Jew.
Substitute nomination by Mr. Bradford for Matt Jewell. Is there a second for Mr. Jewell?
Second.
I'm sorry, I didn't see where it came from.
Second.
By Ms. Allen, there's a second. Are there any other nominations for the chair? Seeing no other nominations, the nominations are closed. We'll take the nomination of Mr. Matt Jewell first as the alternative nomination. Ms. Macy, if you'll call the roll. This is for Matt Jewell to be the council chair.
I don't know how it's going to work on the thing, so just vote out loud, please. Allen.
Yes.
Easley.
Yes.
Dominic.
No.
Frazier.
No.
Smith.
No.
Pierce.
No.
Jenkins.
No.
Morgans.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Martinez.
No.
Darden.
No.
Morgan.
Yes.
What's that vote?
All right. 5-6. No. Nick.
6 noes. All right. Mr. Jew, did you wish to vote?
Yes, I'll vote for Jewel.
And what is our
7-6. 7 days.
7 nays? The first nomination having not passed, we'll move to the first nomination of Mr. Steve Smith as council chair. If you'd call the roll vote.
And that is on your screen, so you should be able to vote. Allen.
No.
Easley.
No.
Dominic.
Yes.
Frazier.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Pierce.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Markins.
No.
Bradford.
No.
Martinez.
Yes.
Darden.
Yes.
Morgan.
No.
Seven. 7 yea votes. The motion passes. At this time, I will conduct the vice chair, where we can move things around later. I'll conduct the vice chair at this time. Is there a nomination for a vice chair of the Iberville Parish Council?
I nominate Raheem Pierce.
There's a nomination by Ms. Martinez of Raheem. Is there a second?
Second.
A second by Mr. Frazier.
Mark it on your screens,
Mark your screen, please. Is there any other secondary motion for vice chair? Having heard no secondary motion for vice chair, Mr. Raheem Pierce wins by acclamation. I'm not sure if y'all would like to take a short pause to
We're gonna have
change
to,
things up,
yeah,
or
we'll have
Mr.
to we
Smith,
have to reorganize the.
Mr. Smith can conduct this first meeting from his chair if that's comfortable.
It doesn't matter to me at all.
If that's comfortable, we can just proceed from that point, and for our next meeting, we'll have a different setup. Okay? Anybody have a problem with that? All right. So we can move forward with the agenda set for tonight's meeting.
Okay, thank you, Scott. First off, for those of you here that sought me out and gave me your support, I appreciate it. For those of you that didn't vote for me, I want you to know that there's no hard feelings, no ill feelings, and no hidden agenda here. If I have anything to say about it, the unity of the council is going to stay the same that it ever was. I'm probably the most least political person on this council, and all I want to do is to help our president enhance his agenda, inform our president when his agenda doesn't fit in with what we feel, and help all of you here to get what you need in your district. At the same time, I want to thank Matt for all his years of service as council chair. As he well knows, and I'm going to soon find out, it's not the easiest place to be in a lot of situations, but I thank you, Matt, for that. And also want to congratulate Ryan for vice chair.
Everybody, I just want to let you know the tablets, do not use them. Just go off of voice, please.
Yeah,
There's your old school snack.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to speak first. please.
Sure, yeah.
I want to take this opportunity to thank y'all for all of the support that y'all have given me throughout. I've been here 14 years, I think, as chairman. It's probably time for me to move on. But I've been in politics. I started calculating today, and I spent 4 years on the town council in Marion, 8 on the DFCC for 3 parishes. And I've been here 21 years, and after this it'll be 24. So you're looking at 36 years total. And there comes a time when you're in, you're in. When you're out, you're out. So, but nevertheless, I'm here for Steve and for this council. I love all of y'all. Even it says in the Bible that you love your enemies and you pray for them. So that's what I do. I don't get mad at people that oppose me. I know what I'm capable of. I've done a good job up here. I can tell you that. So, but I have no ill feelings toward my colleagues. I want to continue on. This is going to give me an opportunity to spend more time with my grandbabies. I got 4 of them now, and my other son just got married. So I'm looking forward to that, to have that extra time. This is time consuming and requires a lot of extra time. So anyway, we'll move on, and appreciate everybody that supported me tonight and throughout my tenure. And I'll be moving down to 12, but I won't surely won't be silent. And if anybody needs anything, be sure and give me a call, and I'll be glad to help you. So got a lot of experience. So thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, we're going to move into presentations and appearances. We have a proclamation tonight for Catholic Schools Week 2025. Mr. President.
Good afternoon, Council, Chair, ladies and gentlemen. Today we do have someone here from St. John School, Ms. Cherie Slaughter, and her staff to receive. If you want to come up, and I'll go ahead and read it. It is proclaiming Catholic Schools Week 2025. Whereas Catholic schools in the Diocese of Baton Rouge evangelize hearts, educate minds, encourage talent, and embrace the future. And whereas Catholic schools recognize the role of parents as the primary educators of their children, successfully involve parents and communities in support of schools, and encourage local creativity and excellence in education. And whereas Catholic schools are committed to reaching out to all children regardless of heritage, religion, race, or economic status, and indeed have made this commitment part of their mission. And whereas the Catholic schools of Louisiana, and indeed of the entire nation have traditionally provided outstanding education to those attending them, thus contributing to the welfare of the community. And whereas by providing quality education for thousands of students each year in our state, Catholic schools have helped relieve the financial burden placed on the public school system of Louisiana. And whereas Catholic schools have trained many of the fine leaders of the Catholic Church and civic community, the state and the nation. And whereas Catholic schools encourage the understanding that character is not measured by wealth or prominence, but by integrity, compassion, and concern for others. And whereas both the Catholic community and all citizens of the city, parish, and nation can share in the success achieved by the Catholic system of schools during the many years of service while remaining confident in its lasting endurance. Now, therefore, I, Matthew Jewell, Chairman of the Council, hereby proclaim, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Parish of Iberville and the state of Louisiana, do hereby proclaim January 26th through January 31st, 2025, as Catholic Schools Week in Iberville Parish, and urge all citizens to join us in recognizing the Catholic schools in our community. In witness thereof, I put my hand and cause the seal of Iberville Parish to be affixed on this 20th day of January 2025. Signed, President Daigle and Councilman Chip Jewell.
Thank you. I just want to say that St. John's School has been in the Plaquemine community since 1853, and we are proud to be part of the Plaquemine community, and we hope we represent you well.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have a resolution for condolence from Mr. Guy Thomas. Mr. President.
Mr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen, I do have the family. I do have Miss Felicia, their son, Mr. Javante, and Miss Felicia's mom here, which is Guy's mother-in-law. And we want to recognize a resolution for the condolence of Guy Thomas Jr. From the North Iberville and Merrington communities. He was a vital part. He was on, well, I'll go ahead. It's part of the proclamation, the resolution. Whereas it is with deep regret and profound sorrow that the members of the Iberville Parish Council and Iberville Parish President have learned of the death of Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. on November 22nd, 2024, at the age of 48. Whereas Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. was a lifetime resident of Iberville Parish. Whereas Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. was a devoted husband to his wife of 21 years, Miss Felicia Thomas. He was a proud father of 5 sons, Javion, Jacoby, Jalen, Javante, and Jakari. Whereas Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. served on the Iberville Parish Parks and Recreation Community Board and worked at trade construction. Whereas Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. coached and served the youth programs in his community for over 20 years. He impacted the lives of many young men that have went on to help rebuild North Iberville High School. Whereas although the death of Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. has left a void in Iberville Parish, Louisiana, his memory shall live long in the heart and minds of all who knew and loved him. Therefore, be it resolved by the Iberville Parish Council and the Parish President as follows. The Iberville Parish Council, Parish President, and Parish staff do hereby express sincere and heartfelt condolences upon the death of Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. and does extend posthumous honor to the late Mr. Guy Thomas Jr. for his dedication to his family, his community, and Iberville Parish. Be it further resolved that a suitable copy of this resolution of condolence be transmitted to the family It is in witness thereof I set my hand and cause the seal of Iberville to be affixed on this 20th day of January 2025. Ms. Felicia.
I just want to say on behalf of myself and my family, my boys, that we are very, very appreciative. That's a lot I could say about my husband because he's so very well missed. He did a lot in the community for those children. And I know he's smiling right now. And he's very, very proud. So I thank all of you for everything. Thank you so very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, next we'll have the reading and approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to forego.
Oh, Lord, I forgot about it. Sorry about that. I'll get in. We do have a presentation by Randy Gomez with the Wood Lake Addiction Recovery Center. Randy?
Good afternoon. How you guys doing? It's an honor to be here today. I want to thank Chastity for getting me here. We have a couple of guys here that are from Wood Lake, and they've been a member of the community here for a long time. Wood Lake was started in 2007 in Ethel, Louisiana, and with mental illness and substance abuse being a big part of every community today, not just Plaquemine, not just Louisiana, but across the country. We have a facility here, and it's been here for a while. We leased the building to you guys when y'all had some issues here in your building, and we want to talk to you about reopening here and how we can have a collaborative agreement, how we can work with y'all in every way. And really, it's a fact-finding mission that we're on here today. To find out what you guys need and how we can assist y'all. Last year, Wood Lake treated 10,000 people in the state of Louisiana. We have offices from Abbeville, Louisiana to Slidell, Louisiana. We've been doing it for a long time. We understand what we're doing. We treat both sides. We treat how can we keep people from going back to drugs or alcohol, and that's the 12-step model that we work hard at. And then we deal with the underlying issues. You know, what's the cause? Is it trauma? Is it depression, anxiety? And I believe a lot of it's environment. And, you know, if they go back and they do the same thing over and over again, they can get the same results. If they get plugged into, we have a thing in Baton Rouge called Unity, and they come there and we feed 200 to 500 people on a Friday night, and they stay plugged in. They have aftercare. If they stay plugged into the whole program, it's about a 9-month program, and they can stay plugged in and they can work a program of recovery. This is not what I do every day, so I'm not nervous, but I'm hesitant of what you guys really need. I gave you information to read. Wood Lake's in the top 5 treatment centers in America. We're the only one in the top 25 that takes Medicaid. You know, so we treat people from the curbside to the country club and everybody in between. We work for recovery for a long term. We're all about outcomes, and that's what our program is designed for. Do y'all have any questions for me?
I'll just kind of piggyback off of Mr. Randy. Thank you for being here. I want to thank Beat and Henry as well. Beat, how many years you have now? 5.5 years. And Henry would.
2 years of miracles.
That's amazing. Thank you. I want to just say, first of all, substance abuse is near and dear to my heart. And Randall and I kind of started talking and about what Plaquemine actually had to offer. We have a substance abuse center, but I took a poll, and I can't tell you how many people even knew it existed. Wood Lake is well known. They actually have a building which is right next to our substance abuse center. We're not looking to shut down our substance abuse center. We're looking to partner. and work together. So I asked him just to come, not for a vote on anything, just I wanted you guys to know kind of what we were trying to do and have your support on this, because if it hasn't affected your family, it's just a matter of time before it does. And it's a monster. It's a huge monster we have in Iberville Parish. I went through the jail roster just the other day, and I would be probably off a little. I'm just going to say 80%, and it's probably more, is inmates incarcerated due to drugs. The schools, we have got to become one, united, and on a mission to stop this. And I think that with our support, we can tackle this. So, Mr. Randy has some great contacts. We're looking to do some meetings nightly. And what I love about Wood Lake is it's a brotherhood, and it's a support system, and it's what we need. So, I seen something. Someone sent me this. It's actually their father overdosed on drugs, and when I was talking about doing something like this, she sent this to me, and it really hit. And it's what kind of gave me the drive to get this going. It says, "Hello, my name is drugs. I destroy homes, tear families apart, take your children, and that's just the start. I'm more costly than diamonds, more costly than gold. The sorrow I bring is a sight to behold. And if you need me, remember, I'm easily found. I live all around you in schools and in town. I live with the rich, I live with the poor, I live down the street and maybe next door. My power is awesome, try me, you'll see, but if you do, you'll never break free. Just once, try me, and I might let you go, but try me twice and I'll own your soul. When I possess you, you steal and you lie, you do what you have just to get high. The crimes you commit for narcotics or charms will be worth the pleasure you'll feel in your arms. You lie to your mother, you'll steal from your dad, and when you see their tears, you should feel sad. But you'll forget your morals and how you were raised. I'll be your conscience. I'll teach you my ways. I take kids from parents and parents from kids. I turn people from God and separate friends. I'll take everything from you, your looks and your pride. I'll be with you always right by your side. You'll give up everything, your family and your home. You'll take friends, your money, then you'll be left alone. I'll take and I take until you have nothing more to give. When I'm finished with you, you'll be lucky to live. If you try me, be warned, this is no game. If I give him the chance, I'll drive you insane. I'll control your mind, I'll own you completely, your soul will be mine. The nightmares I'll give you while lying in bed, the voices you'll hear inside your head. You regret that you tried me, you always do, but you came to me, not I to you. You knew this will happen, many times you were told, but you challenged my power and chose to be bold. You could have said no and just walked away. If you could live that day over, now what would you say? I'll be your master, you'll be my slave, I'll go with you, even to your grave. Now that you met me, what will you do? Will you try me? It's all up to you." That's some powerful words, and it really hits home. This is what we need to be telling kids in schools. But one thing I didn't agree with this is that you won't change, because you have two in the audience that proves. Three, and maybe more. So I just appreciate any support y'all can give me with this. We got to see it through. We got to give them all of what they need, and we got y'all back. So,
Ms. Gomez.
I have a question. I heard you say y'all take Medicare, so do y'all take Medicaid? And if they're not able to pay, what do they have to get? And do you have to give referrals?
Well, we take Medicaid.
Okay.
Medicaid, we're a provider for Medicaid, but we also, when we set up Medicaid. So when a lot of people call us, we'll take them in, and in the interim, we're getting them Medicaid.
Correct, because most of them come in, they don't have Medicaid.
That's right.
Right.
Okay, so do they have to get a referral? Like most of them coming out, like 18 judicial coming out court, do y'all automatically just take them in?
We do an assessment, and we want to find out which section they would go fit best in, because a lot of times if they're coming out of jail, they're right now we have a screen in the jailhouse, and we've had it for a long time with Brett, and we do education in there.
Correct.
And so with that assessment, we'll find out do they need inpatient, do they need residential, do they need medical detox. We have 3 addictionologists, there's only 7 in the state of Louisiana.
Okay.
And we have 3 of them. So we're a full continuum of care. Like I said, from curbside to country club. We take people when they're how many people you have detox? You know, you know a bunch of them that came to our facility. And what we do, we don't want to over medicate because we want them to remember that experience because it's the hardest thing anybody ever done is pick up that telephone to call a treatment center. And so we want to get them in there and give them the best opportunity to get clean and sober.
So coming to Iberville Parish, because I visited one of your facilities at Baton Rouge, I'm well acquainted with it. So coming to Iberville Parish, what you bring here, I know it's not a place where you can house them here, but you'll probably be housing them at Baton Rouge. So what can you bring here to Iberville Parish if we got somebody coming out of jail? You know, what type of assessment and what can you, just curious on that level.
Well, the first thing that we could do, we'll do an assessment here. The second thing that we can do here, we can do what they call ambulatory detox.
Correct.
Ambulatory detox would be done here in Plaquemine on Plaza. It's the old Social Security building that we have there. And we could do ambulatory detox there. And then if needed, we have transportation to take them to Ethel, to Baton Rouge.
Okay.
To get medically detoxed inpatient.
Thank you very much.
And also the nightly meetings, like you said, we would have that unity of the meetings. Because that's one of the biggest complaints I got whenever I started doing research was a lot of people were saying, we don't have a meeting. We don't have a meeting. You know, we're trying to find a meeting, got to go to Baton Rouge or... So I think that's a huge plus too to offer those meetings.
Yeah, there's so many, and we also want to treat the family because a lot of times the family's as sick as the person doing the dope and alcohol, you know. And so if we can send them back to a healthier environment, you know, we have an adolescent group. You talked about schools. We have an adolescent group. That guy does a fantastic job with adolescents. Now I couldn't take that, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say something.
Sure.
I had a brother on drugs for probably 30 years, and it doesn't just destroy that person, it destroys the whole family. So
Amen.
if you have a family program that, I know I suffered as a young man with the embarrassment and all the things that went along with it. And I watched my brother slap my mama down in the kitchen, and that's something you don't never forget. So,
Right.
and
It affects the whole
he was
family.
hired as it affects the whole family. So I commend you for what you're doing, and it's and that's wonderful.
We did reach out to the sheriff, and he did approve to get the cameras back on in the jail. And Beat is going to start going there and visiting with those inmates. So I think that's a huge plus too, getting them there. We talked to Scott about working in the courtrooms and kind of seeing who would be good, identify good people that's struggling, because you know he's not here tonight, but I have a guy, and I'm saying Pat McBride. You know, he had some trouble, and he had never ever been offered rehab, and we offered him rehab, and I don't know what Pat got, 3 years now. So you got people that 4 years. We really got to do a better job with putting these services out there and
So-
offering that help.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement that you have a good program. I suggest that you work with our substance abuse department, also with our president and our administration, so we can come back to us and we can see what we can do to enhance your program.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Okay, now, the reading and approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to propose the reading of the minutes and accept as written.
I have a motion on the floor. Second by Mr. Dominique.
Allen,
Yes.
Easley,
Yes.
Dominic,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Parkins,
Yep.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yeah.
Jewel.
Yes.
President.
We'll go into the president's report.
Thank you, Chair, ladies and gentlemen of the council. I have my president's report in front of you. The first thing that I'm going to do is recognize our employees, the employee recognitions. We have January is a big month that you do a lot of hirings. So that year is usually rolled around with a lot of anniversaries, and we have some of significance here today. We do have an employee that's over 30 years of service. So we have Ms. Ramona Sanchez. She works in the sales tax department. She's been here 32 years. So I see Ms. Ramona. Please stand. I do have some other employees. Randall Dunn, he's in finance and now our chief operating. He's been here 27 years. But what I do is, so in the future, recognitions usually come in 5, 10, 15 years, 20s, and being this is our first year doing these recognitions, I'm recognizing even the ones above 25 and above 30. So we got John Overton. He's hitting 27 years. Congratulations. I got a couple. We have one 15-year, Miss Joanna Jung Johan. I don't think she's here today. She didn't make it. And then we do have Jason Landry, a couple 10 years. Jason Landry, Judith Pugh, Miss Judith, and Miss Judith's here, and Miss Sam. Thank y'all for all y'all hard work. We do have a couple 5 years. Miss Cheryl Green, she's a custodian. At the Council on Aging. We do have Baz. I think Baz is here. There he is, Baz Green. He's in charge of our courthouse. Custodians, supervisor. Originally, he was hired on with IPRD, and then we have Nicholas Gentile with IPRD. So he's been here 5 years as well. So most importantly, thank you, employees, for your years of service and continued success.
You skipped one.
Oh, Troy, yeah, Troy Collins for 25 years. Troy didn't make it. Oh, there he is. He snuck in on. I looked over Troy. Troy's been here 25 years in our utility department, so he's taking care of a lot of those day-to-day in our DPW, and it's going to go into operations. But DPW utilities, they're going to have their hands full the next couple of days, with this freeze and everything that's coming on, which is going to kind of roll me into. We do have our OEP director, Clint Moore. He's going to update you right now with a little bit of an update on the snow weather, the rare snow weather that's coming in to our community over the next 2 days.
Good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing? First off, congratulations to Mr. Smith, Mr. Pierce, and Matt. Congratulations on your tenure. So we'll breeze through this right quick so we don't take all night with it. As I'm sure most of you are aware, we are going to see snow tomorrow. The big question is, how much snow are we going to see? It's still up for debate, up for discussion. They have our parish in generally like a 3 to 6 inch range of snow. I'm sure most of you have seen on social media they're sharing pictures of potential for 12 inches of snow. The National Weather Service has included that in this packet, and I believe they include that because if they don't and we actually do get 12 inches of snow, then that would look bad on them. So do I believe we're going to get 12 inches of snow? No. Am I a meteorologist? No. So first one, we'll go through this right quick. Let's skip to this right here. So the one thing I pointed out to notice for this one is basically each day from today until Friday, we will have freezing temperatures every night. That is not a good thing. So that's one of the main takeaways for the week is it gets down into the low 20s. Even into tomorrow night into Wednesday morning gets to the teens. And so that's going to be a problem with this snow is that whenever it gets down into these low temperatures at night, and then you get into the next day, the temperatures won't get high enough. They'll get, I think on a couple days, it gets to freezing or a little bit above. But it doesn't, there's not enough sunshine to do anything with the snow, and then it goes right back into freezing temperatures that night. So that is going to be a big concern. We've dealt with freezing temperatures at night, but it's generally one night here, one night there. This is going to be an extended hard freeze for our area basically throughout the entire week. Let's go. So we're into a winter storm warning. Let's go to this one, Macy, most likely. That one, yeah. So most likely snow accumulation, as you see, they have our area in kind of broken into halves into the 4 to 5 inch range and the 6 to 7 inch range. It says heavy snow is forecast across portions of Louisiana late tonight through Tuesday evening. So you have to take these slides with a grain of salt. How much we end up getting, only the good Lord knows that. But these amounts, I'm thinking 3 inches to 6 inch range. We can't say Plaquemine, one area, because different areas of the parish could see more or less. And here's this slide that everybody's talking about. Let's digest that for a second. If you see, it says the first line that this is only a 10% chance that totals will be higher than the values in the picture. So that is only a 10% chance that that could happen. The next one is very important. Ice. So when we first started talking about this event, it was, are we getting ice or are we getting snow? And that makes a big difference. If we get ice, ice is what sits on tree limbs, makes tree limbs heavy, tree limbs break and fall on power lines, and then we get knocked out of power. Snow brings a different issue. Snow is not, it's not going to weigh down tree limbs. And I think they said there's kind of going to be kind of a wind associated with it, so it might not allow the snow to accumulate on things. So that's good. And every day that we've seen the slides, the threat level for ice has diminished. And you can see everything is south of us. Next, timing. This is a big deal. So timing, we're in that first block. It says 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Tuesday, and then 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesday, with the heaviest portions being 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. I believe when we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll be seeing snow trickling in, but like it says, the heaviest portions are from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is going to be an issue because when you go into Tuesday night, into Wednesday morning, the temperatures are going to drop down into the teens, so the snow is not really going to have anywhere to go. So that's why you see the schools have canceled for Wednesday, the state offices are closed for Wednesday, because it's getting more apparent that the threat is going to the travel is still going to be an issue Wednesday morning. Next slide. Some places will be below freezing for nearly 60 consecutive hours. That is a long time to be below freezing. So we're stressing to the public through Carrie with social media, and our office has put out a ring down with people and their issues with pipes and stuff. So we're hoping to continue to stress that. Macy, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. Yep. Does anybody have any questions for me while I'm up here?
Clint.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Council for running the week.
Thank y'all.
I go get it to that point.
I don't think you wanted to answer that. But it does have a nice ring, right? OEP meteorologist Clint Moore. I mean, we put him on stage in front of the cameras. Thank you, Clint, for giving us that update and giving the council members the most recent up-to-date information. Also, John Overton's team's been relocating equipment across the parish. They put some equipment across that we know in St. Gabriel and Bayou Paul area. We have some equipment staged there because we know that it's just a matter of time before some of those tree limbs fall and break and they're in the roadways. They've also been sanding some of our bridges. They've been doing that today, kind of trying to get ahead of that weather coming in tomorrow as well. Our mayor's meeting, we had a mayor's meeting in White Castle last week, and I think Miss Allen attended. She came and sat with us and the mayors. We had one mayor that was out of town at the time. Mr. David Hall gave the mayors an update about the sales tax and collections across the parish. Where we are, how do we get that, and how is that distributed across the parish. We do have two new mayors, and they were very thankful for that meeting because it gave them a up-to-date information, but it gave them a sense of how that money is coming through the sales tax department. So we do have Ms. Dana Alexander in Rosedale and Mr. J.B. Barker right here in Plaquemine, our two new mayors. So projects going on across the parish. So Bayou Pigeon Boat landing. The groundbreaking is scheduled for January 29th. I do have at 10 a.m., but we were trying to get it for 10 a.m. at the time, and they sent a notice to us recently and changed it to 11 a.m. So it is wrong on that paper. They did change it to 11 a.m. Road work improvements, we've been doing a lot of them across the parish. If you've noticed on a lot of roadways, we put a few signs up. I believe we put 13, somewhere around 13 signs on a lot of those roads. It kind of lets them know that that's the local tax dollars being at work. So we did to get those up recently and out there. Manshack Road across is in the engineering phase. That's going to be a 12 to 15 month process before all of that's really complete and in place. So we're really projecting that to be complete next year. Highway 1 North, Flagland, Mr. Markins, your district. I noticed something that's been asking about the railroad road board that's going to go under and hopefully eliminate a lot of the flooding concerns that we have over there by the Dow red light. And that additional boring project is in the advertising phase right now. So it's expecting to start around May. And we've got another long process on this, which is that Darcyville, LaCroix. I know, Miss Allen, you've been in those emails, so you're familiar that Union Pacific has kind of projected that to be 18 months out. Community. As I go into the community, and we passed that resolution this evening, it's not on here, but for the family of Guy Thomas Jr. Guy was a close friend of mine, and met him a few years ago, but he always told me there was one key thing, his quote, that anytime he called me, not always saying he was asking for things because he was so passionate about the kids, but anything he would say to you, it was always, he ended it with, it's for the kids. And he was very passionate about that, and I'm proud to call him my friend. So as we continue, we do have in the community, February 5th coming up in 2 weeks, we have our first annual African American History Program that we're going to be putting on with the community at the Civic Center. That's going to be our first event, looking to use this as a first annual. We kind of grow this event as we continue to do things in the future. Upcoming events, other events, we have the April 5th, the Swamp Life Expo that is at the Grove State Welcome Center. That event was pushed back to April 5th, and the Billy Nungesser with the Lieutenant Governor's office has sent out their week. They usually keep Louisiana Beautiful initiative. It's usually a week-long process, and this year it starts on April 5th. So being that it starts on April 5th, we've internally chosen the next Saturday, which is the Saturday that's open for the parish, which is April 12th. That's going to be the day that we really push as far as Keep Iberville Beautiful, and the initiative where we team up on the state level to clean up Iberville. I know a lot of y'all parish council members get involved in your communities, and we thank you. So we're going to be a part of that, as well as Pam Bosch with the chamber. She helps out as well. Are there any questions?
I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not on here, but, Sean and I did speak. Are we working on the meeting for volunteer firefighters in Bayou Sar area? I know we had some issues, and so they're asking me, so I did put it out there saying, hey, look, we are looking at a date, and I am kind of trying to recruit.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I just kind of want to be able to let them know.
No, absolutely. It's an unfortunate situation when in our most rural communities, when a fire happens, it's really hard to get enough personnel there to really put a fire out in time. I did have a meeting with Sean, and we're going to try to line something out, so we'll keep you in the loop to see when that meeting's going to be. And that way we can have it at the fire station down there. But then we can also look at other alternatives. Can we man it for so many hours a day? Is that possible? So we're going to look at all alternatives.
Can we do like a mail out to
Yeah.
all the residents in Bayou Vision and Bayou Sorrow when we do it?
We can.
That way we're actually,
Yes. Because we talked about this last year around this time, the issues, and I think we had got it kind of in the right direction, then it kind of dropped again.
And
So,
we did have
and
a
we
good
do appreciate
turnout.
your effort because you have been a lot.
Yeah,
of
volunteers is one of those things that's really
Yeah.
tough to get people to really come out. But what can we do to incentivize, volunteers? So we'll be able to look at all options.
when he did the, whenever y'all did the CPR training thing, that was a good turnout.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some of those same people will.
And I'm trying to get some of these people that vent, on the famous Facebook, that hey, look, you see a problem, help us out. We need the volunteers. So I kind of contacted a few of them and said, hey, look, we see there's a problem. You see there's a problem. Can you help us? So fingers crossed we might get a good outcome.
All right, thank you.
I have a comment, I don't have a question.
Yes, ma'am, Ms.
I
Allen.
just want to, I know I did mention to Mr. Chris, I visit, the 911 office,
Yeah.
unexpectedly. Uh, which I visit, a lot of the office on here, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Clint. I know when they was here, I visit here, but, you know, they was very professional, and I did mention to the president, that I visit your office. May pop in the finance next week, but it's good to know, you know, we got all of these, which I'm constantly in the community service and in their office, but to go back there to see 911, and I told them that I will be visiting the animal control. You know, I haven't visited those buildings back there, but I just wanted to tell you, you know,
You gotta be careful, Ms. Allen. You go to finance, he might put you to work.
no, he's not.
All right, but no, Ms. Allen brought up a great point. As we continue to do things, we're gonna create a day and put it on your calendars, and hopefully council members can attend where we can do a little tour for y'all. Because I know sometimes you don't have that time to really go see what happens on a day-to-day operations, and it'll be a great opportunity. Thank you, Ms. Allen.
Thank you, Mr.
you.
President.
Mr.
Thank
President, I
you,
had
Chris.
one question.
Yes, sir.
If you
Mr.
could.
Jewell.
I know back in November, we passed a resolution or ordinance to accept a resub on a lot, subdivision over there in Boston. And I wonder if you could give us a status on it. And I know you withheld that permit, and I want to thank you for that. And I think those
Yes, sir.
I think
So-
the residents deserve better.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
dropped the ball here, and because we had a lack of information on that particular resub. So if you just give us an update on that. And
Yeah, so we've met with the permit department. We haven't issued the permit on that yet. I know the subdivision in itself, because there's deeds and restrictions, are not at the will of the parish government to facilitate. It's not our right to go in and enforce deeds and restrictions based on certain subdivisions, and this is Julia Estates. But we are taking steps to make sure that we're protecting the residents of the parish. So
I'd like to offer maybe an ordinance or something to reverse that previous decision, if we could, based upon the lack of information and the covenants and restrictions being on that piece of that subdivision. If we could offer that at the very next meeting, that would be nice.
we are looking at bringing something back to the planning commission.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank
you. Brad. Okay, financial, Randall.
Good evening, council. Council Chair, congratulations, Steve, on your election, and Raheem, you also. And Matt, it's been a pleasure working with you the last 13 years. We didn't always agree, but,
Yeah,
you know,
it's good.
and I'm still here. And I'm sure you'll still be there for the council.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this quick. Y'all have y'all's financials. This is the last financial of the year. We're in the middle of closing out the year. We start our annual audit. Well, actually, we've already started the annual audit, so that's ongoing. In your packet, I included, you'll see, it was put in there today. There's no action on this because you already took action, but this is that amicus brief from the Atchafalaya Basin Keeper. If y'all could just take a look at it. I got to get this filed this week. So basically, just in a nutshell, legal counsel suggested that we just go off of the resolution that y'all passed in 2022 because we weren't a party to the actual lawsuit. So y'all can take a look at it, read it, and y'all just give me a call and let me know if there's.
And to the public that's not familiar with this, it was a opposition to a project by the Corps of Engineers in East Grand Lake area in the spillway. So it's we felt like there was a detriment to that area, that beautiful bottom, wetlands bottom that they're going to destroy with pumping silted water on it. So anyway, that's kind of what it's all about, and it's just the opposition to that project, and we wanted to pull a permit on it, the Corps Engineers, but I think they're going to proceed with it, and that's why it's going to court. So
Thank you, Randall, for putting that together.
Okay.
Helping.
The only other thing is Resolution C. Matt mentioned that we have to push that off to next meeting because the revised statute doesn't allow us to change the meeting date. You got to give 10 days notice. Can't be closer than 10 days. And we do have time with the next meeting. So with that said, I'm going to reread the announcement I read at the last meeting. Notice is hereby given that at its meeting to be held on Tuesday, February 18th, 2025, at 6:30 p.m. at its regular meeting place, the council meeting room, second floor, courthouse building, 58050 Merriam Street, Plaquemine, Louisiana. The Iberville Parish Council plans to consider adopting a resolution ordering and calling an election to be held in the Parish of Iberville, State of Louisiana, to authorize the renewal of an ad valorem tax therein. And again, that's on that renewal for the library tax. So what we were going to do tomorrow night, we'll do in February. Y'all have any questions?
Any questions? Yeah.
Any question?
I had one on it. It's that how many meals would that it's not real big, is it? It's not a real
It's 4 meals, yeah.
4 meals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, like the only difference is going from 10 years to 15 years. It's still 4 meals.
Yeah.
And that has to do with hopefully we can, the library director is going to come back and present her plans on what she wants to do for capital.
Yeah, and I know she wants to redo
Yep.
a lot of the buildings and
Got some good
upgrade
ideas.
them up. Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Any more questions? Thank you, Rand.
Thank you.
Okay, before the meeting, we had a public hearing on an ordinance to amend section 16.4A of the Iberville Parish Code of Ordinances to prohibit the installation of culverts and other structures known to obstruct drainage in Bayou Manchac, with exceptions for bridges or similar structures for access between Iberville Parish and East Baton Rouge Parish. Looking for a motion.
I take a motion.
Motion by Matt,
I'll second.
second by Terry. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Alex,
Yes.
Beasley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Marcus,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
Jewel.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Under new business, we have 2 ordinances that need to come up for a public hearing. Ordinance A is, ordinance to amend IPC Ordinance 013-24, restrict the discharge of firearms in unincorporated areas of Iberville Parish. Second ordinance to amend 2025 general fund budget and authorize the purchase of the White Castle Boat Landing property from Ella LeBlanc Company LLC. So I need a motion to set these 2.
I make a motion.
Roll call.
Correct.
Yeah, on both. Yes, ma'am.
Alex,
Yes.
Beasley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yeah.
Jewel.
Yes.
Okay, as we go into the resolution committee report, I'd like to move resolution H up to the beginning. Maybe we have someone here that has to leave. This resolution is to appoint a member to fill the vacancy for the Iberville Parish Constable, Justice of the Peace Ward 4. And did we pass an ordinance with the first name or?
Yeah,
It's about it?
it's in the resolution.
Okay, good deal. I need a motion and a second on that.
I make a motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Allen,
Yes.
Beasley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Smith, I'm sorry, Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yeah.
Jewel.
Yes.
All right, moving up to Resolution A and B together. Resolution A is to urge and request Chad Brown to fill a bill in a regular session to provide the jurisdictional election boundaries. Sure.
You won't give it a chance to talk.
Sure. Therese, would you like to come up and talk to the council? This is our newly appointed constable from Ward 4.
Hi, I'm Therese. I want to thank you for your votes of confidence, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve the parish. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, Resolution A is to Chad Brown to file a bill to the judicial the election boundaries for the various justice of the peace and constables, and Resolution B for the Iberville Parish approving Shintech LLC for the participation in the industrial tax exempt program. Motion on both of those?
Second.
Al?
We doing both of these resolutions together?
There's two,
at a time.
A and B.
Separate?
A and B.
I don't want to vote for same thing on B.
Okay, just tell.
A is yes, B is no.
Easley,
Yes for both.
Dominic,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Morgans,
Is anybody here from Shintech?
You don't hear from them. Put that on the
Alright.
side.
I vote yes for both.
Bradford,
Yes for both.
Martinez,
Yes for both.
Jordan,
Yes, both.
Morgan,
Yes.
Jewel.
Yes, both. Okay, resolutions D and E. D is a resolution to authorize parish president to submit an application on the Community Water Enrichment Fund. Resolution E, authorizing the president to submit an application for the State of Louisiana Division of Administration, Community Development, Local Government Assistance Program. Motion on both D and E. So move. We have a motion and a second.
Who? Allen,
Yes.
Easley,
Yes.
Dominic,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
Jewel.
Yes.
Okay. Resolution F and G. F is a resolution establishing two temporary register of voter branch officers for conducting early voting in North Iberville and East Iberville. And Resolution G, ordering and calling a special election to fill the vacancy of Constable Ward 4 of the Iberville Parish, State of Louisiana.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second.
Allen,
Yes.
Easley,
Yes.
Dominic,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
Jewel.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, prior to this meeting, we had a board and commission, meeting, and we voted to appoint Catherine Williams to the Iberville Parish Library Board of Control. Do I need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second by Nadia, second by Mr. Morgan. Roll call, please.
Allen,
Yes.
Easley,
Yes.
Dominic,
Yes.
Frazier,
Yes.
Smith, Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
Jewel.
Yes. Motion carries. Once again, thank you for your patience tonight, and I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Motion and a second. No discussion. Meeting adjourned.
For the that was that.